So Elena and I are kind of the organizers of a student boycott in protest of how administration, the district and the province have been responding to COVID, especially within our school and the precautions that have been put in place.
So one of the main things we're advocating more for is more mental health funding. So maybe on a more like provincial level. So they've instated one new counselor specifically trained in mental health, but that's not enough to cover a student body of like over 2,000 people. And we have our regular grade counselors, but they are overwhelmed with scheduling and working out classes and group formations that they just don't have enough time to give each student with adequate mental health support.
BC as a whole was given $242 million in a federal grant. So we're asking that NWSS in particular, or the Ministry of Education, prioritizes mental health funding for students, especially at a time like this where we're so vulnerable. And we think this is relevant to NWSS because the provincial mandate doesn't have that we have to wear masks within our cohorts. That means a lot of students aren't wearing masks within our cohorts. And so that's causing a lot of anxiety among students. And NWSS actually emailed the student body saying that we have our first COVID case yesterday. So we think the measures they're putting into right now are not only heightening anxieties, but there's also that lack of funding towards mental health. So we're asking that it's prioritized into hiring new counselors and developing outreach programs to students so they feel safe accessing this mental health.
So students are going to gather here in groups with staggered exits, and we're going to lead them down on sort of a march down to the School District 40 Center. And us and our other organizer are going to be giving speeches kind of covering our main topics of communication between administration and the students, mental health, and overall safety issues. We're going to be holding a sort of die-in, which is where we basically, it's in the name, we pretend to be dead to illustrate the consequences of these unsafe protocols. And we're also going to be doing chalking in front of the district center to spread our message further.